So hi guys, this is ITKFC, and today we are going to talk about the sack of ruben amorim by Manchester United. When I got the news, I was completely surprised, and I didn't expect it. The club was the club was uh, trying something new, and the spark was there, and I initially thought it was a fake news or a rumor, I think. But when Fabrizio posted it, it was completely shocked. So let's get into that, and we are going to see about the reason behind this sack, and is this the right thing by Manchester United in this mid-season? So yeah, let's get into it. So let's get the history of this this appointment, and when United sacked Eric Ten Hag in mid-season, uh, they appointed Ruud van Nistelrooy as the interim manager for some time, and he was doing pretty well. He was winning some 2-3 games, I think. He was doing a decent job. Uh, Rather than continuing with Ruud van Nistelrooy, they tried and approached Ruben Amorim from Sporting Lisbon, and they got him. Even though Ruben Amorim didn't want to come in the mid-season for any club, he clearly stated that he doesn't want to join a club between a season. He wants to join with the start of a new season, but the club really forced him to join them, and they were in a pretty bad place as well. They finished 15th at the Premier League on the season, uh, which is not a level for Man United, you can say. So uh, so the main thing we are going to see, is this the right thing for Man United right now? And my opinion and my answer to that is no. So I'm you know I'm not really convinced the way Man United operates and functions, and I'm with side with Ruben Amorim on this case. So many fans are saying the performances of Ruben Amorim is not very great, and it's not up to the level. And even though the club purchased him the players he wants. First of all, the reasons they say, they they give us, losing against Tottenham in Europa Cup final, and losing against Grimsby Town, a second division team, I believe, and drawing against Wolves, uh, Leeds, uh, lower divisions, lower places teams like this. So these are the you know the benchmarks of people saying that Ruben Amorim hasn't manage this team well. So first of all, we have to understand the tactics of Ruben Amorim. So he plays 3-4-3, which is an five at the back, 5-4-1 formation basically. When in transition, the two wing backs move forward and attack and create threats and chances. So we have to understand the in 3-4-3 formation, the main goal scoring and attacking and chance creating players are the wing backs and the wingers, not the striker. So the both the wing backs are fully attacking, and they create the threat. And the main part about this formation is the midfield. The four midfielders, we can the two of them must be a ball playing center back, a center midfielder, and they should control the play. So this is a uh, main point of this tactic. You know, Man United greatly struggles from taking the ball from the back line, from the goal key, uh, up to the midfield. I have watched some of their matches, and in attacking they were pretty good. The potential was there, the spark was there. I saw them create many chances, but many of them, were unlucky and didn't went in the back of the net. So, but the attacking chances were there, but the threat was there. The part where they struggle is the midfield. The defense is also very decent. You got Maguire, Delete, who are currently injured now, but uh, when they come back, you pair with Heaven in Eleni Euro, and these two are very young and very have the many potential. You can have them as their future assets. So the defense is uh, decent. The attack is okay. Very good. The attacking thread is there. The part where they struggle, the main center point of this tactic is the midfielders, and you have Casemiro and Ugarte, who are not the type of midfielders who can take the ball from the back and make the play go forward. The midfielders have to be press resistant. They have to manage the passes from the back, and make passes to the wingers. And Casemiro and Ugarte are not that great for this type of role. So rather than rather than making players do what they want, why can't the management buy the type of players that Ruben Amorim wants? He clearly states he wants a midfielder, but the club doesn't get him what he wants, and sack him when things are not going the way. I don't understand the way the club is thinking. So it's like, you are trying to cook something, and you put in on the kitchen and the stove, and you start the fire, and halfway through you stop the process, and you take it and see it is not cooked, so you throw it away. So it is exactly like that. You didn't give enough time, enough resources for this manager, for this project, to give to reach his potential. you know Many people are saying they brought in Benjamin Sesko, Mbumo and Kunya, and Lemons. These are okay, but the main point of this tactic is the midfielders, and they clearly didn't spend any money on this in this zone. You know, the thing I clearly don't understand is the staffs and the management behind this club is the main problem of this downfall. How can you blame the players and the managers when they are not in the right right project, or right in the right mind of how they play. you know I don't know why the club is not in the forefront of this issue. People should be blaming this club other than the manager right now. Many people are saying Ruben Amorim deserves this sack, and he plays poorly, and he has a stubborn tactic. But I believe you should give enough time for a manager to what he really has to show, to make a project believe. So I just want to ask what is the project, what is the ideology of your club, the club and United. you know uh, the sporting director, the CEO, Glazers, and Ratcliffe, what are they doing? And people should be questioning them instead of the manager and the players. Ruben Amorim has tried many things and changes many things. He let Rashford go, he let Garnacho go, Anthony, Sancho, Onana. He had made some changes, but everything is not possible in one season. He has been coaching this team for 14 months. Not a prop. He's not coached this team for proper season. From one season, proper season. So how can you expect him to improve anything? I really don't know, man. How can people not know that the club is behind and the management is behind all of this downfall? This club has been in downfall since 2014, and 12 years, man. 12 years. Many managers came and go, many players who are world class came and go, gone. But the one thing that hasn't changed is this, form of United. You know how is makes sense to blame the managers. If 12 years the club has been in downfall, you should definitely blame the club members and the management. Glazers. I have seen many fans protesting against Glazers with outside Old Trafford, and like sayings like Glazers out and everything. And you know uh, a club needs an ideology, man. A club needs a philosophy, an ideology, a culture, a future plan, future project, so that every members and players and staff management, every member, even the workers, should know what this club is about and what we are going to do in the future. So what is our plan, what is our ideology? This club doesn't have anything, man. This club, you know I would have been agreed with the club if they have a proper project, man. What is your project? Basically, I ask, what is the future project of Man United? If you have sacked Ruben Amorim, but so it clearly means that it doesn't align with your project. What is your project then? You should tell the fans and tell the public, the members, about what is our philosophy, what is our future plan. Chelsea sacked Enzo Maresca, and their ideology is simple. They were telling the manager that you should manage the players we buy, and you shouldn't interfere in the managing things. And Enzo didn't like that, and it was a mutual agreement. But here there is no ideology, man. There is no project. There is only ego with the club, and I have never seen a club with so lost and purposeless like this. You know, so I don't know, man. So you have sacked Ruben Amorim. What's the next thing? You bring in a new manager, and he performs very decently, or good in fact. But you will sack him in mid-season because the performance isn't up to Manchester United level, and you will say the manager is not working, and their tactics is not working, when you clearly don't give them enough time, give them give them the players they want, uh, give them the resources they want, and you will sack him, and the cycle continues, man. This is like a cycle of, in Naruto, it's called a cycle of pain, I think. It's goes on and on. This is like a loop, man. It continues. This is happening since 2014, man. Can you believe it? Since 2014, and people are not even realizing the club and the board members are behind this. you know how can you blame a manager when the club hasn't been performing for the past 12 years? Clearly the issue is with the board members. Seriously, the solution for me, if you ask me, should be, the management should change, man. Glazers or Glazer, there should be an internal election which should be conducted, and someone who manages well should take over them. And I don't know, if someone please uh, replace Ratcliffe, and the sporting director system, the whole board of sporting directors should change. The scouting is very poor, and you know yeah, that's all we can do now. Even if we do all these things, the club will not listen, and they will sack another manager if they perform very decently. And if they if they if they are in if they are not in top 5, they will definitely sack the manager who is coming next, man. This will continue. This is like a loop. This cycle is like a loop. So that's all. The board is you know the main issue here, not the manager, not the players, not the fans. So yeah, there was a time when I used to believe that Pogba was uh, burying hyena in Old Trafford, and this was causing the curse for this Manchester United. I used to believe that. You know, the club was the main culprit, man. So yeah. So let's see what are the possible managerial managers who are available for Manchester United. The market is very sparse, and there are not many managers who are there and who are not interested in managing Man United. So let's see the options of Zidane, who is clearly out of the equation. He will definitely not come here. Nagelsmann, he will also. I think it's very unlikely. The possible options are Xavi and you know Glasner and who else? Who else? These are the possible, I think, man. Possible manager roles. Xavi, uh, Glasner, Ireola maybe. I don't think it's okay. Enzo Maresca, but he is in talks with you know Man City, so it's very unlikely. And I think Xavi is a good pick, and also Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Gunnar Solskjaer. He's a very good option. I think he has coached Man United. I think in the past. I don't know. I think he's also a good man. He's very passionate. He can definitely improve the things which are happening right now. uh, yeah, that man. If you bring Xavi, the problem continues, man. He's playing. He will play 4-3-3, and the players and system have been playing 3-4-3 for this whole season, and the players are again not the type of players that Xavi wants. This problem continues, man. They should have waited at least end of this season to sack him, man. I don't know why they are sacking him. If it costs more money, Ruben Amorim takes away some money for sacking him, and the club is not very financially stable. We know that they are cutting the lunch canteens, free canteens for their members. You know, uh, Cutting away some money for the club legends. Instead of doing all this, why don't you uh, kick Casemiro and Ugarte out of the squad? Casemiro's weekly wages is, I think, the 300 euros, and Ugate's, I think it is 100. So annually they are eating up 25 to 30 million of the club's revenue. So if you kick both of them, plus add Luke Shaw to it, you know you can definitely make 35 to 40 million, man, and you can sign a decent midfielder who can progress the ball from the back. It's just they are in hopeless, man. A club needs to have a ideology, an idea, man. This club doesn't have, definitely doesn't have that. you know so I suggest that the next manager, which is United is giving the manager role. They should give a future project, you know type of representations to every fans and members, so that every members and staffs and board members can believe in something, that these are the things that we are going to do. These are the main concerns. These are the main uh, parts that we are going to improve. A club and every member of the club needs to know that, man. So next time Man United tries to bring in a manager, please do a future project and give it to fans. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, man, this is the video. I was very shocked when this news came out, and uh, I think things will continue to be like in this way if the board continues to do the same things, man. Someone has to uh, change things. The fans must the fans must understand that no matter who comes, Pep Guardiola, Carlo Ancelotti, whoever comes, the board is the issue here, and they should consider doing differently or change the members of their position. So yeah, man, this is the video. I hope you like it, and I will see you in the next video, man.